Hello, 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 hello. How y'all doing? It's really exciting times today. I'm doing a second video. I've decided not to share the oil video yet because I haven't made it. So relax. We're gonna make that I'm probably gonna make it this week and put the video up at some point. We are gonna make it. I will share it, but just, relax. What are we talking about today? We're talking about something that, you'd think by now I would learn and I would just leave this particular group, but they actually have been giving me some really interesting video ideas that I wanted to share with you guys. And one of these ideas that I want to share with you guys is spirits and the dangers within. So stick around, because this is going to be a fun video. So I first want to read you something. And remember, you have to take everything with a grain of salt because again, this particular group, if you've seen my fake witches video, you already know what these types of people are. Okay? So let's keep an open mind, try and understand where these people might be coming from. That's where so many beginners and those on ego trips go wrong. Evil rarely, Powerball odds rarely attacks as first option. It cajoles, seduces, and worms its way in. Once its hooks are in deep, the real agenda is revealed. Folks who get jumped by the big spooky bad things all the time are kidding themselves or playing games. That's not how it works. This particular person is a little bit correct and, a little bit wrong. So this entire subject that they're talking about is, I had stated that I work with the dead, and I work with the spirits, and I open my circle, and so on and so forth. If you're working with the dead, whether it's the Ouija boards, which I have a video coming saying how I personally think they are fake. Again, my opinions and my experiences are completely different from yours. If they work for you, awesome, use them. If you work with the dead through Ouija boards, tarot cards, scrying, calling on the dead, invoking spirits, however you want to work with the dead, old grimoires, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you open any door, you need to close that door. And if you watch my sage video here, you will also see that the appropriate way to close said door is to use some kind of cleansing herb or mixture or incense or spritzer or whatever. Because what that does is it closes doors. Now you have to remember to properly close the door, and any malevolent beings that will get their hooks in deep, you just literally tell to leave. Now, standing up and saying, "Leave, spirit," isn't always going to work. So what do? Someone had commented on one of my videos saying, well, maybe it wasn't a comment, it was something, but someone had commented somewhere and said that they can charge, I'm gonna say gems, but crystals, stones, gems, whatever, they charge these things and put them around their house, and that will help protect, create a barrier, and remove said beings or not allowed said beings into your place. Because once you trap a spirit, let's say for example you have a spirit in your house and you trap it in, a sage circle, so you've saged around where you think the spirit is going to be, or you make a sage, another way of doing a sage circle is by using an oil that's infused with sage and putting the oil around where you think the spirit is. The spirit doesn't generally like that. 9 times out of 10, spirits are not going to like the smell of sage or the fact that sage is around. They're not going to like salt. They're not going to like rosemary being burned. They're not going to like tobacco being burned. These people are going to fucking skedaddle. Doors are going to be closed and Nothing's gonna get in. Now, where these people go wrong is thinking that evil can just waltz on in. That saging your place is opening doors. And no. Okay? No. The only way evil is going to come into your place is if you physically let it. The important part you need to know about working with spirits, or for those of you who work with demons, is that you need to be in a sacred, blessed space that allows such entities to come in, but doesn't allow them to just go wandering through your house. Now, if you are a new witch and you are experimenting or you're dabbling, I would not recommend dealing with spirits because it is very, 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 very easy to leave a door open. I remember when I first started out doing this, and I left a door open, and I had, a couple of spirits running around, and it's just like, how do I get rid of these? I didn't know how to get rid of them. And during this particular time, I didn't have access as easily as I do now to the internet. I couldn't just go to a forum and be like, hey everybody, so I did a spell, or I opened a door, or I played with a Ouija board, and I don't know how to get rid of these things. I mean, we've all been there. We've all made that mistake. And one of the main things that I suggest to everybody is grab a bundle of sage and sage the place. Sage it out and say something to the effect of, I command any and all present entities or beings to leave. Because once you sage the place, they're not gonna be there. Any doors you've left open has closed, and these beings are generally going to leave. Now, as I did say, if you are allergic to sage, then rosemary or orange peels or tobacco. If you can't burn anything, then a spritzer of these types of ingredients infused in water. But you want to cleanse the space is what I'm saying. You want to cleanse the space. You want the spirits to leave. If you're allergic to sage, again, maybe rosemary, something along those lines. If you don't know what you're doing, chances are, yes, something is going to come through because you are leaving a door open when you don't close it properly. You can't just speak with the spirit on a Ouija board and then walk away without saying goodbye or properly closing those doors. There's more to it than just saying goodbye, at least in my opinion. You can't just move the little thing down and be like, okay, goodbye, because, that's not always going to work. At the end of any session of working with any spirits, whether it is through tarot cards, whether it is through a Ouija board, whether it's through whatever, I always sage the place. Always. And I usually will have my tobacco incense in all of my rooms, burning, just to get rid of any additional, negativity. So, what do we do when we are done working with the dead? Close the doors and sage the place. However you want to sage the place is up to you. Whether it's through rosemary, orange peels, frankincense, myrrh, tobacco, spritzers, holy water, anything that will cleanse and purify the space, okay? So, I can't wait to see you guys again.